Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to the School of Science. My name is Luke and this is the Everton Stadium update for the 18th of May 2024. Now, going over the site today, there's a little bit going on the east stands, got a little bit going on the west stands, a lot of stuff, well, a decent amount of stuff going on inside the bowl of the stadium, that being the rail seating as well as all the seating going in. However, there's not too much going on when it comes to the stuff on the pitch, which, I'll be honest, I'm not surprised. That one's a really big project. They've got to make sure that that pitch is perfectly flat for when they put that turf on. So there's going to be a lot of work in that regard, as well as a lot of technology going in on the pitch. So I'm expecting that one to be one that we're going to probably see incremental improvements over the course of, the next 2 to 3 months. But going over these stands at the moment, the main thing that we can really see is the work that's going on the roof itself. So what's probably going to happen is once that roof is all done and dusted, you're going to see all this barrel cladding pushing right across nice and quickly. And I would expect that to be all done and dusted by about September. But other than that, there isn't too much going on. I do actually zoom in here, so when it actually catches up. So at this point, you're going to see right now, we zoom in nice and closely here. And we're having a nice little look at what's going on around there. So you can actually see how the barrel cladding actually gets put into place. So you can see there's little spaces that they actually put in. So they get pre-installed. And from there, when they get the actual paneling on, you got to make sure it's the right one before they put it on. So as you can actually see there's like diagonal lines coming across. And also a very quick one as well. A couple of people have been asking me about this. And I can confirm, yes, this paneling is actually perforated. And I'm not sure how it's going to affect the actual wind effect inside of the stadium. Well, I wouldn't expect it to be too much because it's very small holes. We're talking holes probably no bigger than your thumbnail, but you can actually, it's still quite detailed how small these, even though they're really small holes. But yeah, as we're coming across the fan plaza at the moment, you can see a little bit more of the greenery. So we've actually got greenery around the hydraulic tower and pushing up towards another stand. And we can also see there in the bottom left corner, we've got a lot of barrel cladding that's still going to be put on. Again, once these stands, roof itself is actually finished, that'll probably start getting put on. And hopefully we can actually start seeing these lights as well. So across the fan plaza now, all the lights are installed. They're just waiting to install the rest of the heads of it. So these are ones we're going to keep an eye out for in the near future. I would expect them to do a few light tests as well. So keep an eye out for that. So if you're ever driving down by Bramley Moor Dock of a night, have a little look over into the stadium and see if you can actually see the fan plaza lights on, because they will have to test them at some point in the near future. But other than that, there isn't too much to really talk about. You can actually see the, is that the railway line actually running across here? I'm not sure whether it's a railway line on the far right. You can actually see a line of the paving stones in place. So I'm not sure whether that's a railway line or whether that's just a divided line from phase 1 to phase 2. But regardless, there is this piece that you can see right now pretty much in the middle. That's going to be a situation of it will probably be the last thing getting done. Because as I've said many a times, and I'll say it many a times more, that's pretty much where the heavy traffic's going to be. So all your heavy goods vehicles as well as all the machinery and everything go across. So you don't want them getting damaged before we've even stepped foot into the stadium. But yeah, right now you can actually see I'm paying very close attention to the crane right now, so we can actually see one of the panels going up. So we can see that it's in a gap of 3 from the looks of it. Is it 3 or 2? I think it's actually 2. Is it? One, I get around and we should see it when I go around, but no, I think it's actually only 2. So it's 2 of them at a time, so they do them in 2 increments. But yeah, so right now as we go across, so what we're looking at right now is the east stand on the inside. So all the seating's pretty much nearly all done and dusted, apart from the rail seating on the south stand, as well as these corner seats here, and some of the stuff on the north and the west. So these are ones that I'm going to keep a close eye on. Again, I'm kind of surprised that we're doing it in a solid blue stadium, so we're not, doing what we normally do, where we've got like the EFC on one side in the front. We're going to have the 1878 that was meant to be done on the south stands. You got the Everton running across the east and west stands. I'm surprised we haven't got them in yet, but I'm assuming once we're actually in and everything's all done and dusted, you've got them white seats reserved. This has been the debate. This has been up for debate quite a few times, to tell you the God's honest truth. But yeah, if I'm a little bit stammery and everything, my head's a little bit scattered at the moment. I mean, right now I'm doing this whilst it's half time against Arsenal Everton. Right now it's 1-1. It's been a good game so far. We've actually really put the screws on Arsenal, which is surprising. I thought this game would have been one that we've just sort of went in, got it done, and got on with our lives. It was like a sort of, a no consequence game. But to be honest, though, I think that could be the double-edged sword of it, because when it's a no consequence game, we're actually trying different things and being a little bit different. So this could be the reason why we're actually putting Arsenal under it. And I think right now it is actually 2-1 as well to Man City. So at this rate, Man City are going to win the title. That's a shame. But yeah, looking over the south stand right now, the main things going on, as we can see right there, is the roof for the most part. So it's the roof as well as the paving slabs that are going on underneath the actual stadium itself. So we can actually see them hard at it with the paving slabs. And from what I've been told as well, in the space of 24 hours, our third phase of the Everton Way, so it's the even bigger pieces, they're already sold out, which is absolutely amazing. I'm surprised everyone, well, I'm really happy that people are still very much interested in them, because first phase, it took them a couple of days to sell out. Second phase was the same. So for the third phase of it to be sold out like that is just absolutely amazing. So if you've got one, bravo, guys. I'd love to know what your personalised message was on your one. I'm keeping a close eye out for my one, because it's got my granddad, my mum, and myself on there. So I'm going to keep a nice little eye out, and when I see mine, I'll try and pinpoint where mine is exactly. But yeah, as we go across the south stand right now, we can actually see the rail seating right there. So you can actually see the top layer is pretty much all done. And then it's going to be awesome, because I can't say rail seating, sorry. It's not rail seating. So the not template either. I don't know. The structure for the rail seating to go onto is there. So this is pretty much for the safe standing. So I've said this before and I'll say it again. I would love for this middle section here between the two wide openings in the bottom to be reserved for the 1878 people. So all your die-hard fans and everything, them making the atmosphere, all the flags, all the banners and everything centralised around there. And don't forget, obviously, banners, flags and everything around the other parts of the stadium. But there being a heavy emphasis on them in there would be massively appreciated. Just the fact that I think that would be a massive contribution to the atmosphere. So all your diehard Evertonians being centralised there would mean it would be absolutely brilliant for the stadium. But yeah, as we're going across the west stand at the moment, so we can see that the paving slabs are making their way across rather nicely. So the last time we did this, it was probably. It wasn't as far along as what we're seeing right now. They've made massive progress, and one thing you'll probably notice as well is you can see there's a little bit of a ditch there in the sand. So I think that's where they're going to actually be doing the pipe work. So what's going to happen is they're going to have a flow of water between the two docks. So one of the issues is this is meant to be closed off. So they're going to have a pipe going from one dock into the other, but also filling the dock piece here for Bramley Moor. This is a very interesting situation to be in. Just the fact that how they're going to do it, I don't know. I'm assuming what they're going to have to do is there's going to be a pipe through one end where it pushes into it. You're going to have almost like a little bit of a canal, and then a pipe on the other side leading into Wellington Dock or Sandon Half Tide, depending on which side you look at it. But yeah, I'm going to move across right now. You will actually see a break in the clip. I did stupidly stop the recording, but I started it straight after. But as we go across right now, I do try and take particular attention to what's going on around there. Also, the media gantry is looking rather nice. Well, not media gantry. The media centre is looking rather nice as well. So I'm assuming there's got to be a roof or something going on to that in the near future. They can't have it exposed like that. But that media centre. So as I said, servers, equipment, everything is right there. So there we go. So it did actually have a little bit of a break there. But yeah, you can actually see where the trench is there. So they're actually working quite hard on getting that one done. I'm not sure whether that is a pipe. I don't know what that is actually, to be honest. Is it concrete? I'm not too sure. If anyone knows what's going on down there, please let me know. I'm curious about that. But they're working very hard getting that trench all set up and everything. And we can also see that the car park and everything on the very far end is coming along rather nicely as well. It looks really good. So I mean, I'm excited to see all this stuff finished, done and dusted. We get into that stadium. cheer on the mighty Blues, because this will be a massive revenue spinner for the football club, and hopefully we can reflect on that by bringing in better players, getting a little bit more cohesion in the team, and actually finishing higher up in the table. I don't expect us to get immediate European football once we're in the stadium. I expect that to be a very long, drudging battle, but we will get there eventually. But looking over the West Stand, inside, again, not too much we can really see, in all honesty, and I do apologise about that. It's a crap situation to really say, the very least, just the fact that I want to tell you there's a lot going on at the pitch, but there's not too much that we can really see. I'm seeing little cutouts as well near the pitch where the trench work and everything is, but this is something I'm not aware of or understand what's going on there. I'm hoping Everton will be able to give us a little bit more clarity on this one, because I can't tell too much on what I can see there. But yeah, now as we go across the North Stand, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Looking over the North Stand right now, not too much going on here. As I've said, the roof's done, glasswork's done, all the facading's done. All that's going on right now is the paving slabs as well as groundwork across the North Stand. This is pretty much a gap filler, because if I wasn't to do the North Stand, knowing me and my luck, I would probably miss something critical that is going on around this North Stand, and I would never be able to live with myself if I've missed something out that I couldn't actually show you guys. But it's great. It is really good to see us developing this as the way it is. There's not an awful lot to talk about with this one. Again, the only thing I'm going to mention for the time being is just what's going on with Everton right now. So as we know, 777 is pretty much dead and buried now. Josh Wonders, I believe it is, who was meant to be the one who was spearheading the campaign for them to take over Everton. He's resigned, and so's someone else there. So hopefully that's the final nail in that 777 bloody real mill coffin, because I want us to move on to someone with a bit more of a, financially stable and not a glorified Ponzi scheme, to tell you the God's honest truth. Because when you look at it from a basis, it's an investment group. But they're telling people all these they're whispering sweet nothings into the ear and telling them, oh yeah, this, that and the other. But nothing's really coming through from it. It's a very disappointing situation to be in. And I'm hoping we're able to sort of move on from this, find someone a bit more in a stable condition, and someone who's going to be able to actually invest in the club properly. Because as I've said in the previous video, not the previous Bambi Moore one, but in the pre-match, I want us to be able to go into the stadium and not pay through the nose for tickets, for drinks, for food, for kits, for anything. I don't want us paying through the nose, because the cost of living as it is crippling enough. I am fortunate enough I don't have any offspring, but I know for a fact that the people who are watching this who have got 2 or 3 kids, they'll want the full Everton kit when it comes out, and more than likely when it comes to Custode, it's going to be anywhere between £65 to £70 just for the shirt, and it's probably going to be £110 to £120 for the full kit. And there's lads who will spoil the kids and they'll get them the full 3 kits, so just imagine how much that'll cost on top of tickets and other things. But anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Take care and peace.